Hello, everybody. Ace here, giving it to you straight with day 8 of the vlog challenge. Today, I wanted to start off with something a little different. I wanted to start off with a prayer, but not a prayer to any specific deity, to any specific God. Prayer to humanity, a prayer for all of us on the second day of November, the day before the U.S. elections, day before things are about to hit the fan, one way or another. I just wanted to sit here and do a little prayer from my heart, from the cuff, because I think we could all use a little bit right now. So let's take a deep breath together. Please allow us to move forward today in love and light. Please allow us to finally let go of the resentment and bitterness we have in our hearts. We've gone as far as we've come. We've come as far as we've gone. And I hope today is a beautiful day for all of us to grow and evolve and move into more of ourselves than we ever have before. Thank you. So, what I'm learning about prayer really is that it doesn't have to be anything that we've been taught. I was raised Catholic, so I had the Our Fathers and the Hail Marys and all the draconian, pagan, ritualistic. Don't even get me started on that. But what I've begun to understand about prayer is that that's also how we set intentions, which was the video yesterday, was setting intentions, right? So every time I start a video, I do a little prayer. I ask for the strength to speak my truth, to stand tall, to flow, to express whatever it is that the universe needs me to express. I believe in God. I believe that I believe more in a spirit and more of a source creator, right? I believe in an energy source. I believe that in a higher intelligence, in a higher consciousness. I believe that we are all fractals of God, fractals of light, co-creating our experience here in this third dimensional reality, but trying to experience ourselves at individual frequency I was talking about yesterday. That individual frequency, I believe, is the point of us coming down here and vibrating as authentically as we can ourselves. And I believe prayer is a way to connect with our higher selves, to connect with our oversouls, and to gain access to the Akashic records that has basically the contract we signed when we came into this earth, that lays out a blueprint for us to move along. And obviously free will allows us to dictate where we go on that path. Somebody once asked me, how does free will and destiny exist? And the way I look at it is we all have a destiny. It's just our choice whether we want to walk our path to it or not. I believe that the more we surrender into working on ourselves, the more we surrender into healing our trauma, doing our shadow work, letting go of past programs and expectations and ideas and storylines and narratives that are kind of keeping us spinning our wheels, the more we surrender into what we need and not so much more than what we want, that is how we move forward. I wanted to start off today's episode just talking a little bit about that because I wanted to get into the main point, which is the Ascension Symptoms. And what I've been realizing is over the last 4 years, I've been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, bipolar, all these crazy things, right? PTSD, which I knew I had. I had PTSD for sure. But I just never felt like I was depressed. I never felt like I had anxiety or I was bipolar or any of those labels that Western medicine likes to draconianly put on us so that we can then create a threshold for us to reach and then we can't pass that threshold because I have depression, so that is my excuse. I have anxiety, so that is my excuse. I am bipolar, so that is my excuse. But in reality, you're none of those things. I'm none of those things because we're just balls of energy experiencing life on this planet at this time. And what's happening in the universe and what's happening on the planet is very intense right now. So this past weekend, I was exhausted. I mean, I did a lot. I was able to get a lot done on Saturday. I was still able to move through it. But my body is just going through some stuff. And I used to, because I spent so much time attached to my body, specifically how I looked, specifically how I functioned. Therefore, in the gym all the time, doing the whole gambit, trying to be the perfect human. In reality, my body was changing and I just wasn't allowing it to. And I postponed it as long as I could with training and with distractions and with coping mechanisms until finally my body said, Adam, I need you to stop. And then that's when my next level of transformation began. And that's when all this crazy universe stuff started happening, where higher consciousness, I was connecting to higher consciousness beings. My meditations are getting very deep. My superpowers, if you want to call them that, just as you raise your consciousness, as your DNA unlocks, you gain clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, telepathy, remote viewing, those things, which sounds crazy. I mean, you could turn a video off now and just, this guy's crazy, which is fine. I still meditate and I'll connect with another being or another collective consciousness, and I still feel like I'm talking to myself half the time, and they're trying to tell me, no, you're not. So I understand it's a lot. It's hard to kind of absorb, seeing how that the media, which is funny because this is the Freedom for the Media Day, November 2nd, right? And yet they've been keeping us in chains for 100 years. It's just the irony in the world is amazing. But going back to what I was saying is, aliens are real, and they're not even called aliens; they're just ETs, higher conscious beings. We've had a secret space program since 1947, since Roswell. That's when they made first contact. President Ike signed a secret treaty with the Greys, and the Greys then were allowed to start abducting us because they're working for the Andromedans, and the Andromedans live to 250,000 years, have an IQ of 6,000 plus, but they mess with their genome so much that they can't reproduce anymore. So they've been sending the Greys into the world, into Earth, to abduct humans so that they can take samples of their DNA so that they can mess around with it to try to unmess themselves. And that's what I heard. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. It resonated with me. It resonated with my spirit. But I'm on day 8 of this vlog challenge. I'm going in. I told you guys it's going to get weird. It's going to get all over the place. This is what I love. I study this stuff all day. Paleoanthropology, ancient civilizations, ETs, conspiracy. I just love reality. I love truth. And I feel that the world needs more truth now. And the more people see someone speak their truth unapologetically, I believe the more that they'll gain the strength to do it themselves. So going back to these Ascension Symptoms. So what's happening right now is there's so much energy being pushed into the universe, right? So we're going through the center of our universe, the central sun, which is this massive star that kind of creates the Fibonacci sequence to help us kind of keep spinning. It's changing. It's transforming. I mean, Earth alone, we're moving in from a 25,690 year precession period into a new one, into the age of Aquarius. So we're moving into a new Earth day. So each Earth day lasts 25,690 years. I'm pretty sure that's correct. 25,690 years, and it's basically like the zodiac. So we're moving from the age of Pisces, which is 2,000 years, which the age of Pisces in the 12-year calendar is 2,000 years. And so we're moving from Pisces into Aquarius. So we're moving from density to fear to confusion to what it felt like. I remember it felt like having a haze over our eyes, right? Like having a filter over our lives. And as we've moved into 2019, has moved into 2020, as they've started to clean up the air, at least in the United States, everything seems like it's HD now. It seems like the air quality has gotten better. It seems like the water quality has gone better. I could see it in my skin. I could see it in my body. I could see it in my overall moods. But what's happening right now is we're being blasted with so much energy until now to the end of the year. We have 6 planets in retrograde. Every time Mars is in retrograde, communication breaks down, technology starts to mess up, and what's happening now is we're going to see a lot more uprising. November 3rd, regardless of who wins, there's going to be riots. There's going to be, it's going to get crazy, and it's probably going to get crazy around the world. But what I'm seeing is it's moving all of this density out of us. It's moving all this trauma, this pain collectively out of us, and you're seeing it from a macroscopic lens. You're also seeing it on a microscopic lens, not only in businesses, your jobs, your lives, your individual relationships, and even the relationship with ourselves. Everybody is changing. All the organic matter on this planet is changing right now. because we're now moving from the third dimensional reality, which is density and fear based, into the fifth dimensional, which is unity and love based, which people, we've been manipulated in the idea of love. We think of love and we immediately think of intimate love and relationship love and mommy and daddy and all that. But there's so much more to love than just this idea that they've manipulated into our minds. I talked about this in yesterday's video. Love is a mosaic, and it's also the frequency of the universe. And so what's happening right now is our bodies feel, we feel nauseous, our heads hurt, our stomachs are upset, we're lethargic, we're exhausted, or how about half of us is exhausted and our bodies are like anxious as crazy. We're upgrading, and that's what we're feeling right now. And a lot of people, especially with this COVID scare and all this crazy stuff that's going on, the same symptoms that you get from 5G radiation, which creates hypoxia in our bodies, it's the same kind of feelings you get from Ascension Symptoms. And so you have all these different narratives and storylines, and because people don't believe in the things they can't see, in the energy they can't necessarily feel yet because they're in so much pain, immediately they poo-poo it and they just go, oh, it's COVID, or oh, it's this, and oh, it's that. And people want such easy answers. And what I've learned about the universe is that there are no easy answers, and that's what makes the universe so beautiful, is that it looks simplistic in the way it works, but once you start breaking it down, it's so complex and intriguing. And the more I dig into the universe, how it works, how energy works, how frequency works, Tesla, technology, all of these, they all work together. Everything is interconnected. We're all one. That's the law of one, is that everything and everyone is from the same fractal of light, and we're all co-creating this experience together so that we can learn and grow our souls. And so I'm going to leave you with this. We are energy beings. Setting intentions is very important because our subconscious then can take us throughout the day, and we can actually enjoy the ascension, no matter if it's painful, if it's debilitating, if you're nauseous. The more you educate yourself, the more we learn about what's actually happening in our planet, in our universe, within ourselves, the more we equip ourselves to be unapologetically ourselves and deal with whatever comes, how it comes. Because this isn't going to stop. We're going to continue moving into 6D after we're here in 5D. More and more people are going to wake up. This is only the first wave. We're now just entering the second wave of people waking up to this idea that they aren't slaves, that they aren't these mortal bodies that will end up decaying and then dying. We're immortal spiritual beings living a pretty much simulated experience so that we can move forward in our existence and get closer to the perfection that is the source creator, that is spirit, that is God, that whatever it is that you believe in or not believe in. Because the funny thing about atheists is you got to not believe in something. You got to believe in something to not believe in it. And so what I've realized is that a lot of people who consider themselves atheists aren't even that. They just don't really believe in the bullshit that all these religions have been feeding us for thousands of years. And I'll get into religion on another topic, and I don't want to poo-poo anybody's religion because I do believe that it's a stepping stone to our awakening. It's a stepping stone to our ascension. If you really pay attention to what Yeshua and all these disciples are saying, I mean, mostly Yeshua, if you listen to Jesus, he was telling us this whole time, he was trying to show us that through spiritual practice, through meditation, through kindness, through love, through generosity, through helping your neighbor out, by not coveting your neighbor's wife, by not being a glutton, by not being a thief, by leading your life through your subconscious, by setting your intentions and leaving it up to God to take care of all the external, and you only control your thoughts, words, and actions, that is how you create heaven on earth. That's how you create heaven within you. And if we can create heaven within us and then find other people who have created heaven within them, that is how we affect the collective. Because we are connected human consciousness, and the reason that the gods were so scared of us is because we're more powerful than any one singular deity, God, higher consciousness, because as a collective of 8 billion people, imagine what we can co-create and manifest together. Because we're all frequency and we're all energy, and it's all love that unifies us, connects us, and pushes the universe forward. So this was a bit of a long one. I really wanted to get in on this. I mean, Ascension Symptoms have been going crazy the last couple weeks. I'm hoping some of this resonates with some of you. Tomorrow's the election day. Please be kind to yourself. Please have compassion to yourself, because you have to understand that regardless of where you're at in your life, you are still connected to the consciousness that is feeling everything, that is going through what they're going through, that is truly purging all of this trauma collectively, individually, familially. So please be kind to yourself. Please have compassion with yourself. And I promise you that we'll get through this and the world will continue to get better, brighter, with more love and light. Again, this is Ace giving it to you straight. I hope you're enjoying my vlog challenge so far. I hope I don't annoy too many people with 100 videos in 100 days, but I'm enjoying it. And I guess that's all that really counts. And I hope that I can help you all. And if there's anybody that wants to talk offline, one-on-one, just leave a comment, and I'm here for you guys, because we're all in this together. And the more that we unify and create this army of energy, you know, that's how we affect positive change in our lives. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and check me out on Instagram when I'm no longer suspended. All right, everyone, have a great day.